In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I am actually starting to prepare right now in the summer months for my biggest Q4 ever on Amazon FBA, and it's starting right now. Okay, so you're probably thinking, why am I watching a video talking about selling during Q4 in the middle of July? Am I right? Yes, I probably am, but don't worry guys, this is exactly what I used to think as well over the last couple of years until I actually started to realize how much work that actually needs to go in the months coming up to Q4 to make sure that you take advantage of probably what we would class as the best time throughout the year to be actually selling on Amazon. So what I'm going to do, I've got five main things that I'm going to be doing that I hadn't done in previous years before to make sure that I have the best Q4 ever, and let's get into them right now. Number one, selling off my dead stock. Now, when I talk about dead stock, I'm not talking about prices that have necessarily crashed and ones that I know are going to come back, like my toys or anything like that. I'm talking about my groceries, my replenishable items, the ones that have just been completely crashed by price tankers, and the ones that I know that are going to take an absolute age, maybe even up to a year to even come back. These are ones that I just want to get out of the way. Yes, I can go and buy some more of them in the future when the price does come back, but I need to be getting all of my money into my bank account ready to buy those seasonal Q4 products. And basically the way that I'm going to do this is very, very simple. All I'm going to do is go into my entire inventory. I'm going to go through each of my products one by one, look at which one I know is going to be a great Q4 seller, adjust the price for that one, pop it up maybe a little bit, maybe not too aggressive on those ones, but the ones that I am looking to get rid of, it's just simply a case of using my repricer. I use Profit Protector Pro, by the way, and setting it to a super aggressive repricing strategy, just because I don't care about maybe even losing a little bit on those or just breaking even. The key thing here is to get that money back in my account to buy those more high quality profit items. The second thing that I'm going to be doing, everyone should be doing this anyway, and that is making sure my account is in order. So one thing that actually happens throughout the year on Amazon now is they actually have something called inventory limits, and this is quite a new thing, but one thing that has always been about is inventory limits during Q4, and it's extremely important to make sure that you have your account in order so that no limits get placed on your account more so than other people. So make sure you're doing all of the basics like deleting your inactive inventory, maybe selling out of some products that you've got a high stock quantity in, looking at the products that you've had in storage for more than 12 months, all really, really basic things just to make sure that your account is as optimized as it possibly can be. Number three on the things that I'm doing leading up to Q4 is actually looking back at the previous Q4s that I've had and actually looking at some of the products that I know that were seasonal that sold really well for me during that Q4. The way that I do this is using a tool called Sellerboard. If you wanted to sign up for it, there's a link in the description down below. But what that actually has is that tracks all of the different sales that I've had on Amazon from the time that I signed up for Sellerboard. And one thing that I do is I go through my months and look at the products that I was selling during that Q4, looking at what I paid for that product and looking at the price I was selling it for. And I'm just creating a simple shopping list basically on my phone where I can actually go into the shops when the time comes, and then I've got some quick and easy leads to start off with straight away. Now, one thing, of course, I'm not saying that all of the products that I'm going to find are going to be smash hits, but the earlier you get on them, the more chance you actually have of making some profit. Number four, and this is something that I've just done. When I'm talking about just done, I'm talking about 12 hours ago, and that is I have just signed up for my first ever business credit card. Now I know I'm very, very late to this, and this is something that I should have done a long time ago, but the reason why I have done this was because I was actually looking at my performance last Q4, and one of the main problems that I had, and probably one of the main problems a lot of Amazon sellers have, is their cash flow, because they are buying so many products to send into Amazon and they simply can't get their money out of Amazon quick enough. The problem is you're going to have cash flow issues. And just looking back at last year, there was a couple of times where I had absolutely no money in my capital account. All of my money I was waiting to come back from Amazon, albeit very large payments, but there was times where I was wanting to go out and start sourcing more products and I was unable to do that, which effectively then decreased my performance in sales over Q4 as to what I actually wanted them to be. So one thing that I thought would solve this problem is actually signing up to a credit card. Of course, you should probably know how credit cards work, but obviously I can take credit out and then pay that credit card back when that Amazon payment hits. And then number 5, and this one is absolutely golden and something that you should definitely not ignore, and that is getting your supplies in nice and early. Now, why I say this is because this year, once again, is going to be the biggest year for online selling during Christmas, which of course means that supplies like cardboard boxes, tape, anything to do with sending things into Amazon is going to be at high demand. And there was actually a time last year with Kite Packaging, who are known to be one of the biggest suppliers for equipment like this in the UK. There was actually times where they had some of their supplies actually out of stock, and I'm not going to be making that mistake this year. I'm going to be getting all of my supplies in nice and early. There is no point waiting till October to December when you run out maybe of boxes to reorder. This could lead to you waiting a couple of days, which ultimately is the difference between potentially a couple of £1,000 in sales. So make sure, if you have the money, get your supplies in nice and early, so this is something that you are not worrying about when you should be actually just focusing fully on sending stock into Amazon. So there you go, guys. This is going to be the first video actually in my lead up to Q4. There's going to be plenty more videos like this. I could potentially dive into any of these 5 things a little bit deeper. All you need to do is let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see, and I will make a video on that. I promise you. That is what this channel is all about. I've created this new channel to be able to give videos that you want to see. So make sure, if you do want to see anything, you leave me a comment down below. Like this video if you did find it valuable. Let me know what your plans are for Q4 as well in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.